Grow these 10 winter veggies indoors for a quick harvest. Hey there, plant lovers. Welcome back to Earthly Delights, the cozy corner where we turn ordinary homes into living, breathing green sanctuaries. If you're the kind of person who smiles every time you see a new leaf unfurl, or who loves the smell of damp soil after watering, then you're in the right place. Maybe you're an apartment dweller craving a touch of nature in the middle of winter. Maybe you have a small backyard that's now buried under snow. Or perhaps you're just someone who dreams of eating something fresh, something alive, even when the world outside feels frozen. Today I'm going to show you how to grow 10 quick harvest winter vegetables indoors. Yes, right on your windowsill or countertop. No fancy greenhouse, no expensive lights, no gardening degree required. Just a bit of curiosity, patience, and the magic of watching life grow in your own home. Because winter doesn't mean your garden has to stop. It simply moves inside. So grab a warm drink, find your coziest corner, and stay with me till the end. By the time we're done, you'll be ready to turn that quiet winter window into a thriving mini farm. And hey, before we dive in, don't forget to hit subscribe and join the Earthly Delights family, where every week we grow something beautiful together. Part 1. Why winter indoor gardening changes. Everything you know, most people think gardening ends when the cold arrives, that winter means the end of green life. But here's a secret every seasoned grower eventually learns. Winter is actually the perfect time to bring your garden inside. When you control the light, the temperature, and the rhythm of watering, you become nature itself. No more guessing what the weather will do next. No more frost-bitten plants or muddy shoes. Just calm, steady growth in the warmth of your home. If you've ever stared at your empty garden beds in December and felt that quiet longing to see something grow again, this is your moment. Indoor gardening isn't just about food. It's about peace. It's about turning the slow, gray months into something alive, colorful, and nourishing. It's about watching small green shoots push through the soil while the world outside sleeps. And the best part, you don't need a big space or big budget. Even if you live in a small apartment, a dorm, or a busy family home, your windowsill can become a little oasis. While grocery prices rise and winter drags on, you'll have trays of vibrant greens right within reach. Stay with me, because once you experience your first indoor harvest, you'll never see winter the same way again. Part 2. The 10 best veggies to grow indoors in winter. Now that you know why winter is the perfect season to bring life indoors, let's meet the real stars of your cozy indoor garden. These 10 vegetables don't just survive the cold months. They absolutely thrive under your care. Each one grows quickly, fits in small spaces, and rewards you with crisp, vibrant harvests right from your windowsill. 1. Microgreens, the 7-day confidence booster. If you've ever wished for instant results, microgreens are your dream come true. These tiny greens are proof that even in the coldest, darkest months, life finds a way. In just 7 to 14 days, you can grow a lush carpet of green right on your kitchen counter. They're small, but they pack incredible flavor. Radish microgreens bring a peppery kick. Sunflower sprouts taste nutty and crunchy, and pea shoots are tender and sweet. All you need is a shallow tray, an inch of soil, and a sprinkle of seeds. Press them gently, mist with water, and cover for a few days. When they sprout, move them into the light and watch your indoor forest come alive. Each harvest feels like magic. You snip, rinse, and eat within minutes. And here's the best part. It costs almost nothing. A $2 packet of seeds gives you enough for 20 trays, each worth far more than the fancy grocery store versions. For beginners or anyone short on time, microgreens are the perfect first step. They're forgiving, fast, and deeply satisfying. Your green victory in just 1 week. 2. Lettuce, the cut and come again. Hero, there's something deeply comforting about harvesting fresh, crisp lettuce while snow falls outside your window. Lettuce is the kind of plant that rewards gentle, consistent care, and it doesn't ask for much in return. Loose leaf varieties like buttercrunch, oak leaf, or salad bowl are perfect for indoor growing because they stay small, grow fast, and give you multiple harvests from the same plant. Simply sow a few seeds in small pots or recycled cups with drainage holes. Keep them in a bright window and water when the top inch of soil feels dry. In just a few weeks, you'll see soft green leaves ready to be snipped. Cut the outer leaves and let the center keep growing. That's the beauty of the cut and come again method. Unlike outdoor lettuce, which turns bitter in the heat, Indoor lettuce stays sweet and tender for months. Imagine stepping into your kitchen and picking fresh leaves for your sandwich, wrap, or salad. No store trip, no wilted greens in the fridge. Just clean, living freshness right at your fingertips, reminding you that even in winter, life can be green and abundant. 3. Spinach, the cool weather champion. Spinach was born for winter. This leafy green thrives when the air is crisp and cool, making it one of the happiest plants to grow indoors. It's rich in iron, packed with vitamins, and grows quickly enough to keep your kitchen stocked with fresh greens for weeks on end. Varieties like Bloomsdale and Space are perfect for small pots and can handle lower light better than most other vegetables. Plant spinach seeds about an inch apart in containers at least 6 inches deep, water gently, and keep the soil slightly moist, but not soggy. Within a few weeks, the first leaves will unfurl, dark and glossy, ready to harvest. The trick is simple. Snip the outer leaves and let the center keep producing. You'll enjoy a continuous supply of tender greens that taste sweeter in cooler temperatures. And here's something every indoor gardener loves. Spinach doesn't need perfection. It forgives missed waterings and imperfect light, rewarding you anyway with beautiful growth. So whether your space is a bright kitchen window or a quiet basement corner, with a grow light, spinach will quietly thrive, reminding you that resilience is a kind of beauty too. 4. Radishes, the speedy roots. If patience isn't your strong suit, radishes are your perfect match. These little powerhouses race from seed to harvest in just 25 to 30 days, less than a month from planting to pulling up bright, crisp bulbs. They thrive indoors where the temperature stays steady, producing roots that are firm, flavorful, and never woody. Varieties like Cherry Belle or French Breakfast add color and charm to your indoor garden, while their subtle spice wakes up any winter meal. Growing them is delightfully simple. Use a pot at least 6 inches deep, plant the seeds about 2 inches apart, and give them good light. Keep the soil slightly moist, and within weeks, you'll see tiny leaves pushing through the soil. Your first sign of life. The reward comes soon after. Smooth, round radishes bursting with crunch and flavor. And here's a little secret. Don't toss the greens. Radish tops are edible and delicious, sautéed with garlic or added to soups. It's a zero-waste plant that gives more than it takes. A quick, cheerful crop that proves even the smallest pots can yield big joy. 5. Green onions food from scraps. Green onions are the ultimate symbol of renewal. You don't even need seeds, just the leftover white ends from your grocery store bunch. Place them in a glass of water on your windowsill, and within days you'll see bright green shoots reaching for the light. It feels like watching life reawaken from something once forgotten. After a week or two, when the roots have strengthened, transfer them into soil. Use a shallow container about 4 inches deep, plant the bulbs so the white part is covered, and let the greens stretch upward. They'll regrow again and again, giving you fresh harvests for months. Each time you snip what you need for soups, noodles, or omelets, the plant keeps giving. No waste, no extra cost. The flavor of homegrown green onions is sharper, cleaner, and far fresher than anything from a store. And there's something so satisfying about turning kitchen scraps into living food. For anyone who's ever said, "I can't grow plants," green onions are your redemption story. A reminder that even the simplest act of regrowth can bring endless rewards. 6. Arugula, the peppery, forgiving green. Arugula is the wild spirit of your indoor garden, bold, quick, and full of attitude. In just 20 to 30 days, it transforms from tiny seeds into lush, leafy greens, bursting with a peppery bite that instantly elevates any dish. Toss it on pizza, blend it into pesto, or layer it in sandwiches for that unmistakable, slightly nutty flavor that makes everything taste fresher. What makes arugula perfect for indoor growing is its toughness. It thrives even in cooler rooms or near drafty windows where other greens might struggle. All it asks for is a shallow pot, a bit of soil, and a touch of sunlight. Scatter the seeds, cover them lightly, and watch them come alive in days. You can harvest arugula young for a mild, sweet taste, or let it mature for a more fiery punch. It's entirely up to your preference. And here's a bonus. If you let a few plants flower, you can collect seeds for endless future harvests. For busy gardeners or beginners, arugula is a forgiving companion, one that rewards you with flavor, beauty, and the quiet thrill of growing your own food, no matter the season. Kale, the superfood that loves the cold kale, is the quiet giant of the indoor garden. strong, reliable, and surprisingly sweet when grown in cool air. Forget the tough, fibrous leaves you find at the grocery store. Homegrown kale is tender, flavorful, and endlessly productive. Dwarf varieties like winterboar or dwarf blue-curled are perfect for containers, growing compact but full of energy. Plant the seeds in deep pots, at least 8 inches, and give them steady light. Within a few weeks, you'll see sturdy little plants with curly green leaves that seem to glow under the window. Start harvesting from the bottom up, taking the oldest leaves first while the top keeps producing. With care, a single kale plant can feed you for months, up to 50 leaves from one small pot. Kale actually thrives in cooler rooms. The cold enhances its natural sweetness. It's rich in vitamins, iron, and antioxidants, making it one of the most nutrient-dense vegetables you can grow. And the best part? Watching it flourish indoors in midwinter feels like growing a little forest of resilience. Green, alive, and quietly defying the season outside. 8. Bok choy, the Asian all-rounder. Bok choy is a hidden gem for winter gardeners. Elegant, fast-growing, and wonderfully versatile in the kitchen. It loves cool temperatures and steady moisture, which makes it a natural fit for indoor growing when the air outside turns icy. With its crisp white stems and deep green leaves, bok choy brings both beauty and nourishment to your home. Sow the seeds about ½ inch deep in containers at least 6 inches wide. Keep the soil evenly moist and place the pots near a bright window or under a simple LED light. In as little as 3 weeks, you can begin harvesting baby bok choy leaves, tender, mild, and perfect for stir-fries, soups, or noodle bowls. Let others grow for a few more weeks and you'll have compact, juicy heads bursting with freshness. Bok choy's secret is consistency. A steady routine of watering and light keeps it thriving. Even beginners will find success quickly, as it rarely complains or wilts without warning. And the reward? Crisp, succulent greens that taste like sunshine in the middle of winter. A quiet reminder that fresh life can flourish anywhere, even beside your kitchen sink. 9. Swiss chard, the rainbow performer. Swiss chard is where practicality meets beauty. With stems that glow in red, gold, and pink, it's like growing a little rainbow right on your windowsill. But this plant isn't just pretty. It's strong, productive, and surprisingly easy to care for, making it a favorite for anyone who wants both style and substance in their indoor garden. Chard loves cooler conditions and can tolerate less light than many greens, which means it'll happily thrive in spots where lettuce or spinach might struggle. Plant the seeds in pots about 8 inches deep, and within a few weeks you'll see wide, glossy leaves unfolding from colorful stalks. Begin harvesting from the outer edges, and the plant will keep growing for months. Each leaf is a powerhouse of vitamins and minerals, and the tender stems add a delightful crunch when sautéed or steamed. And because it grows continuously, chard quickly becomes one of the most rewarding crops to keep. It doesn't just feed your body, it lifts your mood every time you walk past, a living reminder that even in winter, your home can be vibrant and full of life. 10. Mâché, corn salad, the low-light sweetheart. If your home doesn't get much winter sunlight, mâché, also known as corn salad, is your quiet little miracle. This tender green thrives where most plants would give up. It loves cool temperatures and even low-light corners, making it one of the easiest greens to grow indoors during the darker months. Its small velvety leaves form charming rosettes, each one bursting with a delicate, nutty sweetness that feels almost buttery on the tongue. To grow mâché, scatter the seeds densely in a shallow tray of moist soil, cover them lightly, and keep the container near a window or under a modest LED light. In just 30 to 40 days, you'll have a lush carpet of green, ready to snip and toss into salads, sandwiches, or warm grain bowls. What makes mâché special isn't just its taste, it's its quiet resilience. While other plants chase the sun, this one thrives in its absence, offering gentle growth when everything else seems asleep. It's the perfect ending to your indoor garden. A humble but beautiful reminder that even in the dimmest corners, life finds a way to bloom. Part 3, setting up your indoor garden for success. Now that we've met our 10 green companions, let's make sure they have the perfect home to thrive in. Setting up your indoor garden doesn't have to be complicated or expensive. It's all about creating a cozy, balanced space where your plants feel as comfortable as you do. Think of it as designing a little living ecosystem right inside your kitchen or living room. Start with the basics: containers with good drainage, a quality potting mix, and a bright spot that catches at least a few hours of sunlight. If natural light is scarce, a simple LED grow light can make all the difference. Set it about 6 to 8 inches above your plants and let it shine for 12 to 14 hours a day. The glow will feel like a soft sunrise for your greens. Watering is another small ritual that keeps your plants happy. Before you pour, touch the soil. If the top inch feels dry, it's time for a drink. Keep a gentle rhythm. Your plants will thank you with steady growth and vibrant color. And don't forget airflow. A tiny fan on the lowest setting helps them breathe, preventing mold and keeping the leaves strong. You don't need much to begin. Just curiosity, a few recycled containers, and the belief that something green can grow anywhere. Because when your home becomes a place where life flourishes, you're not just gardening, you're creating joy. Part 4, the smart planting and harvest strategy. Once your garden space is ready, it's time to think like a gardener, one who grows with rhythm and intention. The secret to a thriving indoor garden isn't planting everything at once, but pacing it out so something is always ready to harvest. Imagine it as a little orchestra of greens, each one playing its part at just the right time. Start simple. Plant your quick growers first: microgreens, arugula, and mashu. Within a week or two, you'll be tasting your first fresh harvest. Then move to your steady growers: lettuce, spinach, and radishes, plants that give you several weeks of continuous leaves. Finally, sow your long-term stars like kale, bok choy, and Swiss chard. These will anchor your indoor garden, growing stronger with each passing day. By staggering your planting every week or so, you'll avoid that all-at-once rush and instead enjoy a constant flow of food. Each day, you'll see new sprouts, unfolding leaves, and vibrant colors taking over your window. And when harvest time comes, cut only what you need, just a handful of leaves or a few stems. This simple habit keeps your garden productive and your meals endlessly fresh. Growing indoors isn't about speed, it's about rhythm. When you plant in harmony with time, your little garden will feel alive every single day. Part 5, light, soil, and reuse. Tips that save you money when it comes to indoor gardening. Light and soil are your plant's heartbeat. Without the right balance, even the most determined gardener can struggle. But here's the good news. You don't need to chase perfection, just consistency. Start by finding the brightest spot in your home. A sunny south or east-facing window is gold. If your space is dim, a simple LED grow light will do wonders. Keep it close, about 6 to 8 inches above your plants, and let it shine like an artificial sun for 12 to 14 hours a day. Next comes the foundation, your soil. Always use a light potting mix, never dirt from the garden. Indoor roots crave air and drainage, and heavy soil can suffocate them. Every few weeks, feed your plants with a gentle boost of compost, tea, or worm castings. It's like giving them a little cup of coffee to keep their energy flowing. And here's a trick every thrifty gardener loves. Reuse your soil. After harvesting microgreens, fluff the mix, add a handful of compost, and plant again. For larger plants, just top off the surface with fresh mix instead of replacing it all. With these small habits, you'll spend less, waste nothing, and watch your garden flourish. Proof that good care and resourcefulness can turn even the smallest space into a green paradise. Part 6, troubleshooting, solving the little problems before they grow. Every gardener, no matter how experienced, faces small struggles along the way. A yellow leaf here, a drooping stem there. It's all part of the process. But the beauty of indoor gardening is that you can fix most problems before they ever get serious. The key is to observe. Your plants are always talking, you just need to learn their language. If the leaves start turning pale or stretching toward the light, that's their way of saying, hey, I need a little more sunshine. Lower your grow light or add a few extra hours of brightness, and you'll see them perk right back up. If the leaves begin to yellow or feel soft, it usually means too much water. Let the soil dry out until the top inch feels barely damp before watering again. Plants need breath as much as they need a drink. Mold or mildew. The small fan with a gentle breeze solves that easily, keeping air moving just enough to mimic nature. And if your lettuce tastes bitter or your radishes grow only leaves, it's likely too much heat or crowding. Move them to a cooler spot and give them a little more space. The truth is, mistakes aren't failures, they're lessons. Each one teaches you how to listen more closely to your garden. With time, you'll find yourself reading the leaves like a story, one that always ends in growth. Part 7. Daily Habits and the Joy of Living with Plants. What truly transforms an indoor garden from a simple project into a way of life is the quiet rhythm of daily care. It's not about spending hours each day, it's about small, gentle moments that keep both you and your plants thriving. Each morning, before the day rushes in, take a few minutes to check on your greens. Touch the soil, feel the texture of the leaves. Notice how the light hits them differently as the seasons shift. These tiny rituals connect you to something calm and alive, even when life outside feels hurried. Watering becomes less of a task and more of a meditation. A soft mist over your lettuce, a sip of water for your spinach. It's like breathing together. Rotate your pots every few days so the plants grow evenly, reaching for the light from all sides. Keep a little notebook or even snap photos on your phone to track how they change week by week. You'll be amazed at how much joy there is in watching slow progress. And perhaps the best part? Harvest time. When you cut a handful of fresh greens for dinner, you'll feel the deep satisfaction of eating something you nurtured. It's a reminder that growth, real, tangible growth, is possible anywhere, as long as you give it a bit of care each day. Part 8. Growing Together. Building a community of green spirits. The most beautiful thing about growing plants indoors isn't just the harvest. It's the connection it creates, both with yourself and with others. Gardening, even on a small windowsill, has a way of bringing people together. You might start alone, tending to your trays of lettuce or kale, but before long, you'll find yourself sharing stories, tips, and photos with fellow plant lovers who understand that same quiet joy. Imagine this: a network of people around the world, all nurturing their little gardens while snow falls outside. Each one finding hope in a sprout, pride in a leaf, peace in the soft rustle of green. That's what Earthly Delights is all about, creating a community where every bit of growth, no matter how small, is celebrated. So as your plants grow, share their story. Post a photo of your first harvest, comment on someone else's progress, or inspire a friend to start their own indoor garden. The magic multiplies when we grow together. Because every seed you plant, every tip you share, adds a bit more life to this beautiful web of growers. In a world that often feels fast and distant, your little green corner can become a quiet beacon of connection, kindness, and renewal. Winter doesn't end your garden, it brings it home. So here we are, surrounded by the soft hum of growth, a little patch of green life thriving in the middle of winter. You've learned how to grow 10 beautiful vegetables right inside your home, each one a small act of hope, of creation, of connection. Maybe your first tray of microgreens is already sprouting. Maybe your lettuce is starting to curl into tender leaves, or your kale is reaching higher every morning. That's the beauty of it. You're no longer waiting for spring. You've brought spring to yourself. Indoor gardening isn't just about food, it's about self-care, mindfulness, and joy. Every leaf you grow is a quiet reminder that even during the darkest, coldest days, you can nurture something alive. You can create warmth where there is cold, light where there is shadow, and growth where others see stillness. So tell me, what will you grow first? Will it be sweet spinach, colorful Swiss chard, or a tray of peppery microgreens? Share your answer in the comments below, and let's celebrate your first step toward a greener, calmer life. And if you haven't yet, make sure to hit subscribe and join our Earthly Delights community, where every week we plant new ideas, share new tips, and grow something beautiful together.